Hi guys, welcome to my latest video. Today's review is going to be on the very popular Christopher Nolan movie Inception. This is continuing on my Nolan series where we review each and individual film that Christopher Nolan has made in terms of release, leading up to his movie in the future called Tenet, which looks set to be delayed again, unfortunately. But we'll get there in the end. If you haven't seen or aren't aware what it's about, Inception is about a thief who steals corporate secrets through use of dream-sharing technology and is given the inverse task of planting an idea into the mind of the CEO. Just to make that more simpler, this is based in the future where you can use some technology to go into someone's dreams and extract some secrets. But this film focuses on the so-called impossible task of planting an idea, making the person believe it is real. Now, so into the pros. Anyone that has seen this can tell you that it has some mind-blowing visuals, whether they like to review movies or they're just your casual moviegoer. This is one of the most ambitious movies in film history, and everything that happens in it pays off. It has some fantastic dialogue, and it even tackles some different genres in one movie. It's a heist movie, it's a mystery movie, it's an action movie, it's a psychological thriller. There's probably some other ones in there, but it just shows a wide range of genres that this movie can appeal to. On top of that ambitious plot and the great dialogue, it is also thoroughly helped from this amazing cast. You know, in some movies, there's normally a standout performance above the rest, or there's one performance which you pick out saying which isn't too great. Everyone brings their A game on this performance. You know, looking back to this is 2010. I'm surprised that Joseph Gordon-Levitt hasn't been in too many bigger movies. I know he's in The Dark Knight Rises, but I'm really impressed with his performance. You know, the reason I pluck him out of everyone is because he's not seen as much in anything nowadays, whereas the other actors can be seen in still the biggest of movies. It doesn't waste any time explaining what happens, and it doesn't do it in a way which feels forced. It brings in a new character, Ellen Page's character, who is unaware of all this dream sharing technology, so they explain to her and therefore explain it to us, and it doesn't feel forced. Everything explained seems very real. The fact that if you can't wake up from being tapped or hit or whatever, when you fall back, I was about to do it there for sure, but then I realized that would hurt and would bring my whole setup down with me. But yeah, if you fall backwards or fall at all while asleep, you will instantly kind of jolt up. That sense of falling wakes anyone up. Even the other details, like whilst you're in the dreamland or whatever, your body, which is asleep, is kind of shaking. That means the dream world shakes a little bit. Like, just the details like that I found very interesting and very cool that they include those sort of details. It makes you question actually what is happening, whether this is taking place in your dream or it is the real world. And I really liked the different POVs, the different point of views throughout this movie, mostly towards the second half of the movie where there's 3 different point of views and 3 different scenarios. It really is perfected by Christopher Nolan. It feels like one of those movies where it doesn't need a sequel, like it leaves things in a very satisfying way. I like the ending, how you kind of make of it what you will. There is no definitive answer, it is what you think. It doesn't feel like it needs a sequel, but if it had one, there's still a lot to do with it that would be a solid sequel. I just love putting bits together. And in fact, there's actually a theory that Tenet, Nolan's upcoming movie, is an actual secret sequel or prequel to Inception, which I'm not sure. I guess it has similar elements, but we'll have to wait and see, won't we, if we ever get to see that movie. You know, this isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just movies which are so complex, that have so much detail and are fairly long, just like this one. You don't really watch them all the time, and every time you watch it, it kind of loses the magic that it had on the first viewing. It's understandable, and it isn't really a criticism. Like, I wouldn't change anything about this movie. It's just unfortunate that you just have to watch it every few years for me, otherwise things aren't as impressive as they once were. So if you're unaware already, or you couldn't tell by my review, Christopher Nolan's Inception is an absolute masterpiece. It is such a unique idea, tackles so many little details and big details and nails everything. Also thanks to its amazing cast. Like I said, I wouldn't be annoyed if they didn't make a sequel, but I also wouldn't be annoyed if they did make one. It leaves it in such a perfect way, but it also leaves a lot that could be determined in a sequel, which I'm not sure will ever happen. There was talks of maybe a video game, but that's been going on for a few years and I'm not sure they would make that. Not only one of Christopher Nolan's best, but also one of the best movies of all time. For that, Inception gets a 9 out of 10, which is probably the best score you ever get from me. I doubt you ever see me give it a 10 out of 10. And in terms of recommendation, definitely watch it if you haven't already. It is an absolute masterpiece. As Tenet's release date may get pushed back again, we're still not slowing down with the Nolan series, which I hope it isn't delayed, because then we'll have this massive gap from Dunkirk to Tenet. But yeah, anyway, thank you for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're enjoying my Nolan series if you've been watching them. If not, there's a playlist up in the corner here or there. I can't really tell which side. I think it's that side. No, that side. We'll find out. But yeah, please let me know in the comments what you thought of Inception and if it is Nolan's best movie. Also, please, I would really like to know how I could improve my videos, as I am trying to push my subscriber count up. And hey, talking about subscribers, if you wouldn't mind subscribing if you haven't already, I would really appreciate that. But yeah, thank you for watching this video, and I really hope to see you in my next one.